right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 705 for this beautiful Monday evening. Yes, it is going to be the KonaCatchphrase. It is the night we teach you all those techniques, or we help you learn those techniques through a fun game with Sweeping the Nation, where you learn to look for those key connections, those key words, so that way you too can go into that exam room like Brandy and just knock out them exams with a pass notice. Yeah. By the way, my name is Andy. I'm the guy that answers all the phone call, text messages, and voicemails and listens to those Los Angeles Lakers win another one tonight. But you're not here for that. You're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, Series 65, and that Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know. So that way you too can get a pass notice this summer and just strut hard at the pool, just with that laminated copy. Just as the kids say, you got all that drip. Hey, that's what they say.
You need it laminated so it doesn't actually drip.
Well, yeah, you don't want it to drip the ink everywhere. Oh, you're so funny. All right, yeah. So yeah, that's the plan, right? Get licensed, and then that way you can have that you can have those licenses, so that way you can write up some business. Look, whatever is going on with the world, it is not the right time to knock out and to not have a second hustle.
That's true.
It is not the time to decide to not put a second ATM machine inside your business.
That's true.
Get those licenses, secure the business you have, and expand it.
Yes.
I don't know. What a concept. And it doesn't matter what, if you lose your job, whatever, guys, you have this to fall back on if you're still, hanging out for a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
And nothing's for sure. That's what they say.
That's what I've heard.
That is for sure. So that's the only thing I know for sure. And nothing is for sure.
Legit.
Yeah. Now my California's coming out. I'm like, for sure. All right. But, it's all about mindset. It's all about that mindset and talking positive. And I went into it yesterday with all the members, but it really is. It's all about that mindset. It's all about being dedicated. It's all about being consistent. It's all about being, self-disciplined to just make it happen. No matter what's going on, 1, 2, 3 jobs, it doesn't matter. We've had people on here that have like 2, 3 jobs and they got it done. Yep. You don't even speak English. I've had people on here that needed a translator to tell us how they passed the exam, because why? They don't even speak English.
Yep.
So we've had people with cancer, in chemo, pass not only the SIE and the 6 and the 63, going through that process, but also the Series 65, different people, not just one person I'm talking about. We've had people pass exams within a week. If you've been on here as of late, you've seen it. Only a couple weeks of study, knocking them all out. There's a system in which we're trying to teach you guys to really accelerate through this stuff and really get it down. But it does take your mind to be open. It does take you to be consistent, and it takes you to be self-disciplined. There's just some things a coach can't do. A coach can coach you from the field, but they can't get you to the field. You know what I mean?
True.
You got to get yourself there. You got to be prepared to play. You got to be there with the right mindset of wanting to win. You got to have that right mindset of wanting to do the hard work, not trying to find a way to get around the work. There's always somebody every day that hits me up and just wants to know a shortcut around the shortcut. Mm-hmm. They want to know how to put the information in their brain as if there's like a secret way of doing it other than the hard work. It takes hard work.
Yeah.
It takes hard work. And I said it yesterday, but it's the truth. Nobody respects easy.
No.
This is a respectable license. So guess what? It's going to be hard because it's got respect. If it was easy, it'd have no respect at all, and nobody respects it because it is easy.
Right.
Nobody likes easy. So expect it to be hard. Be glad that it's hard. Be glad that the process is so, not that easy that a lot of people just can't have it. And it gives it more power.
So true.
It has a lot of power. It's got a lot of weight. So don't try to take it weigh the weight. Don't try to make it cheap, and don't try to make it easy. Keep it the way it is, and be grateful and blessed that you have the opportunity to even try to do something that others are not even willing to try or willing to do. You know what I mean? And if you're on here right now, you're doing what others are not willing to do at all. They're at home watching the playoffs. They're at watching the NBA playoffs, the hockey playoffs. They're watching The Bachelor. They're all ready to go clock in tomorrow, as always, and then complain about why their life's always the same.
Yeah.
And we all have friends like that. We all got family members like that. We all got a neighbor like that. every day, the same thing. And guess what? They do the same thing all the time. How can you expect something different? How can you achieve something different if you're not even willing to go out there and be different? You just stand in line and get on the conveyor belt like everybody else and just clock in and clock out until it's time for you to be clocked out. That's the way some people like it. And, you know, more power to you if that's all you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some of us who want to do different. And all I'm saying is, if you want different and you're tired of all that and you want to do something about it, this is what you do. You got to get yourself something like this. Challenge yourself. Wake up that confidence. Wake up that life. Wake up that growth. And just start living. And I'm tired of people that are over the age of 50 telling me they're too old. Shoot, I've had pastors that are 85 years old. You're past 85 years old, then you come at me. Come at me when you're older than 85 and then tell me you're too old to pass. And then I'll tell you that same 85-year-old passed it when they were 86. That ain't old. 50 ain't old. You get what I'm saying? You're not too old. Your mindset is old. It was old when you were 20. You know what I mean? You got to get over it. Just go out there and just do it. Take what's yours. Quit being denied what you want. Quit dreaming and start achieving. You know what I mean? Get your goal. Get your head straight. And I think that's awardable for all of you to be on here to hear that message, and all the people are going to watch a replay. But you got to keep yourself motivated. But it's the self-discipline that's going to get it. It's the habits that are going to achieve it. You get what I'm saying? So after we're done here, I want to encourage you to go get yourself a quiz. We'll show you these techniques, but it's up to you to get it done. And if you want to have more content that's easier to understand, to get after it, to have more of a breakdown, to get into live sessions where you're coached more in the tutoring, or you want to get into that positive mental attitude and that positive place, we got all that stuff for you. We got it in our membership. We have it in our community. We got it in our study guides. Guys, it is the lightning way to get through it. It is the mindset to get through it. It is the faster way around it to get through it. It is the easier way to understand it to get through it. We got videos, we got audio. It's all our own. We follow the FINRA and the NASA guidelines. We don't even copy like all these other study preps who literally you pay them so they can read you a book they didn't even write. That's what some of these study preps sell you on. Guys, we wrote our own books. We did our own videos. We do our own audios. We don't sit there and like take somebody else's message and go and repeat it and charge people for it. That's not what we're about. If you want to join somebody who's going to listen to you and hear like, you know, your questions and try to answer them for you and try to communicate and how to make it easier for you, join our membership, scan the QR code, that link in the chat. It's my link tree. Watch that orientation replay. It explains everything that we do paid free. If you're on a budget and you don't got money right now, guys, there's plenty of opportunity in all the free that we have and all that stuff that's out there for you. I've had people who use our stuff with a free and they pass. They have to work a little bit harder, but you know what? If you want something, you'll do whatever it takes, right?
Very true.
Right? Mm-hmm. It's like Pursuit of Happiness, right? That guy was on like the subway floor in a bathroom, holding his foot to the door, trying to keep it locked so he can study with his son. He was studying for the same exams you guys are studying for. Same exact exams. If you want it, you'll go get it. So we got all that. Join us, and we have our Telegram, which is great reminders, plus some PMA. If you want to know more about all this information besides hitting the QR code, and you want to talk to me about our options and how we can help you, 866-HEY-KONA or 866-439-5662, and you can go ahead and do that. You can reach out to me. Brandy is strictly on the Discord. That is our community. That is the community I'm talking about, where you can get help. That is free. It's free. It's free. Mm-hmm. Right? The teacher's there. He can actually answer. But I'm going to let you know, just like someone reached out earlier to me. They're like, hey, can you have Brandy answer these questions? I'm like, yeah, but we got to get to our paid members first. Yeah. And then we'll get to you. I am not going to say that we're not going to answer your phone calls or text messages or your help if you're not paying. But to be honest with you, if you were paying, wouldn't you want to be a little bit, little priority in the queue, right?
Yeah.
So it's just the way it is. So, but we will answer you, but we will, it takes a little bit longer, but go ahead, message, do it.
Do it. Do it.
We love people who want to do something.
Yes.
Never discriminate against them. We got live sessions happening tomorrow. Tomorrow we got a big day. We're starting off with the SIE. It is options. 7 a.m. Hawaii, 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. in the East. 26 is the can and can'ts.
Yep, the can and can't do's.
The can and cannot do's. That's a good one, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of can things you can do, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of can'ts.
Correct. So like pass the SIE, can you cannot do.
Right?
Yeah.
And then yeah, exactly. So you just got to make sure that you're in there so that way you can learn all the things you can and cannot do.
Yep.
In the series 6, we are going to do some content recording. So we're going to do orders, bid, ask.
No. Fundamental. And
sorry, Cap'em and fundamental. Sorry, that's Friday for the SIE.
Yeah.
So series 6 is fundamental and Cap'em. There you go. And that is at 1 p.m. in Hawaii, 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. in the East. That's going to be recorded but distributed at a much later date. That is part of our content that we're building up.
Mm-hmm.
So don't expect that replay to be out. So you're going to have to watch that live if you want to see it anytime soon.
Right.
So make sure to be in there, because Series 6 on Thursday will be at a much different topic.
Yes.
And that one will be distributed. But this one is just content. It's bonus. And so there you go.
Yep.
So if you want to be present for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if Brandy has the graphic in there, but in June, we do have some changes coming. And in June, we are getting rid of our later SIE and Series 6 sessions that are happen on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They're moving. So make sure to look for those changes coming in June. And like I said, for the SIE, if you like that 4 p.m. on Thursday, you got 3 weeks to pass the SIE, so you don't have to worry about it.
Ooh,
just saying. You don't like it, pass the SIE.
Yeah.
There you go. It's that simple. Move on to the next exam.
That's right.
And then it's not a problem anymore.
Exactly.
How about that?
Yeah.
All right. And then we got nope. Not that I know of.
Yeah, Friday.
Whoa, shoot. Where's my brains? Man, I'm all fired up from my own conversation. All right. So when you
right?
If they let me know and they give me a picture, Brandy, guess what?
What happened?
I added one other one to the Kona Hall of Fame because guess why?
Why?
We got a passer! We got a passer. Yes, we got a passer. This one came to us early on Friday morning. That's why it might have slipped my brain a little bit.
Yeah.
But this young man, Sean, he passed his Series 63 out there in Mississippi. And guys, he left a great message. And I honestly can't do better than what he left. But it was on his SIE. It took him not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, but 8 times to pass the exam. On the 8th time, miraculously, he actually was coachable.
Yes, he was.
It was crazy.
Yes, he was.
He was like, on this 8th one, I'm just gonna. This is what he literally said. He goes, "I am going to just surrender to whatever you say. I need you to coach me hard, and I need you to tell me all the things I need to hear." And I was like, "Okay, the things you want to hear, or the things you need to hear?" He's like, "The things I need to hear."
Yes.
And I was like, "Okay."
Very big difference.
There's a huge difference here. I'm all, you're not going to hold it against me.
No.
And so I coached him
pretty rough,
pretty hard. Like Brandy was like, "Wow, that's cringy." I was like, "Dude, he asked for it."
He did.
And he
responded well.
And he responded great.
Yes.
He got a pass notice for the SIE.
Yes, he did.
And then he's all right, let's do it again on the Series 6. So much that his RVP actually said every time he starts spiraling out of control in his mental, he'd say, "Well, have you talked to your coach Andy yet?"
Yeah.
Because it sounds like he needs to coach you.
Yeah.
And I would sit there and I'd coach him,
Yeah.
And then he would be fine. And he passed the Series 6.
Yes, he did.
The Series 63, same thing.
Yes, yep. I mean, why change up what you got going?
And this is where the difference is between most people who listen to us and those who don't.
Correct.
A week before, he messaged me on a Friday and he says, "Hey, I want to take my test on Monday." And he gave me a score. And I said, "Hey, I think you need to wait till next Friday."
Yes.
And he goes, "You don't think I'm ready by Monday?" I said, "No. Friday. Because this Friday, this coming Friday, you'll be ready because you're going to do everything I say and you're going to work hard and we're going to get those scores up consistently and you're going to pass this thing on Friday." but don't you dare take it on Monday.
Mm-mm.
And he's all, but I'll have to pay again. I said, what did I just say? And
Right.
he goes, all right, I'll take it on Friday. Did exactly what I said,
Yes.
passed the exam on Friday morning.
Yes, he did.
And he's all, is I love you and I hate you. And I said, I hope you love me more, but I'll take it. And he
Yes.
was all, yeah, of course I love you. He's all, but he goes, I was ready on Monday. And I said, no, you were not.
He was not.
You were not ready.
From a coach's standpoint, no, he was not ready.
But he was ready on Friday
Heck
in
yeah,
every
he
which
was.
way. And he's like, now I get it. So this is what his message to you, all of you, was: to everyone taking this exam, don't quit. Never quit. Don't think about it. Everything you want is attainable. There is a technique to get you to any goal you wish. You just have to have the right mentors to get you there. I can't thank Andy and Brandy enough for staying patient, consistent, and giving me so much love on my journey. It took me 6 years and 8 attempts to pass my SIE, but it only took the first try to pass my Series 6 and 63. Pray like it's up to God and work like it's up to you.
Dang.
So that's what he said. And then he rode off into the sunset and went to Mexico on a trip to the beach to celebrate. Literally, he sent me pictures from the beach, and that's it. That's it, guys. That's it. You got to just put the work in. Be coachable.
Yep.
Be coachable. Don't question it. Just go after it, and it is attainable. It took him 8 tries to do the SIE, but it only took him 1 time to do the 6 and the 63. Once you figure it out.
Yep.
And the figuring it out, he did do.
Yes, he did.
And the other thing that he didn't tell in that message, but this is what he told us, guys, he was ready for an RVP promotion 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row, he had his numbers, he had his teams, and 3 times in a row, he had to start over because of these licenses. Because each time he didn't pass, he just let everything fall apart, or they left, or whatever. 3 times.
Yep.
You know, that'll make a person cry, and it did him.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, it almost broke me. I almost quit.
Yep.
He goes, and that would have been the dumbest thing I ever did. So don't ever quit. Never quit.
Never.
Just find a different way.
Yep.
Just find a different way. For him, it was the KonaButterflyz way.
That's right.
So, all right, that's the congratulations to Sean. He's going to go ahead and get his 26 because he's like he said, it's not getting to RVP for him that's the goal. It's making RVPs. And you can't make RVPs without getting a Series 26. So that's his next goal.
Yep.
So let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. Here we are. KonaCatchphrase. This is the KonaCatchphrase. This is the game that is sweeping the nation. This is where we show you those, or teach you those test taking techniques and a drill that you can even play at home. Because, guys, it's all about learning to identify those keywords. It's all about disarming those questions, being able to take them down like Charlie Brown, so that way they're not so big, bad, and intimidating. All these questions you're going to see in the Q Bank are not going to be like that on the exam. And sometimes these exam writers make these questions to make you feel like you're not even studying the right stuff.
Yep.
And some of y'all have taken the exam and know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh.
As soon as you sit there and click number 1, you're like, whoa, I don't even know if this is the right exam. Right? You question everything. And then you're spiraling out of control. Guys, that is normal. That is why they do that. They do that on purpose. This is not an exam they write on purpose for you guys to pass these easily. Remember what I said earlier? So you got to have a strategy, a technique to approach these exams so you don't get thrown off your game. So that way you can attack them. And this is how we do it. So tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the answers first, because on Kona, we always read answers first because we read the questions with intent. Sometimes you can even get the question right without even reading, the question.
Yep.
I know, it's crazy. So as I'm reading it out, you're going to put in the chat what you think are the key words, right? Don't necessarily tell me the answer. Look for patterns. Look for things that are the 2 answers are maybe opposite. Maybe one of the answers is different. Maybe there's something with the Mona. Maybe there's all these different things. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we have a workshop in about 2 weeks on a Saturday. Join that so you can get the basics of what exactly I'm talking about. But follow the lead of everybody else. These are keywords from your content that stand out, right? Some words from your common sense, it sounds like it stands out. Put all those stuff in the chat. Participate. See how you line up. Then we're going to read the question. You're going to do the exact same thing. Don't just put the answer to the question. See if you're seeing those keywords, guys. Don't work the questions as if they are going to be on the exam. work the concepts because they will be on the exam.
Yep.
All right, let's go. D, an individual who is involved in the management of a firm's investment banking business. C, a clerical employee at a registered broker dealer, a registered representative, a registered principal. Oh, I see something right off the bat. One, if I had to guess. Registered. Everybody's got registered. Principal and registered. BD. Principal, broker dealer. Do you know what I noticed?
What?
There's 3 registered and one that has no mention of registered. And also an individual.
True. See, it's different. There we go.
There you go.
There we go. There we go. Because they're a clerical employee. I like that. All right. So, and then we do have that individual, but they're involved in the management
Banking business, someone's saying.
of the investment banking business. All right.
Which of the following individuals is not considered an associated person? Remember, don't just put the answer. What are the keywords in the question? Look at.
I know.
So not coachable. Associated, not.
There you go.
There you
not an associated person.
Perfect.
And yes, you guys got it.
Yes. C, a clerical employee at a registered broker dealer.
That I do not like that color.
Basically, your paper shuffler who doesn't do any business.
Right.
But he happens to work at a registered.
An associated person has an active license.
So if you didn't know that,
registration,
I would write that down.
But
an associated person is what?
An active registration. Yes. And a clerical employee was the one that's different because a clerical employee is a clerical employee.
He's Radar O'Reilly.
That's right.
Solid breakdown for people who are after the age of 40.
Yes.
D, holding and breaking levels. C, none of the choices listed. B, rising and falling levels. A, support and resistance levels.
None.
Right?
There you go.
None.
This one might
levels listed. C is different.
C is different.
Levels, that's for sure.
Rising, falling.
Rising and falling levels.
ING. List
lots of opposites in the choices.
Yeah, because support, resistant,
holding, breaking.
Actions. That's right. This is action.
Action Jackson.
Because of the INGs.
B and D are similar?
This is kind of true because there's the ING. Okay, you guys ready? There's no ING here. I guess you do it like that.
See, guys, if you're brand new, we're just observing what's going on.
Observing. That's it. Okay, ready?
Yeah. When stock trades within a narrow price margin for an extended period of time, they will develop upper and lower price levels known as. When stocks trade within a narrow price margin for an extended period of time, they will develop upper and lower price levels known as.
That's it. So I like how everybody's putting B, but look at this, guys. It just says it will develop an upper and a lower price level. There's no movement in those words.
It didn't say that it was actually going up and down.
Say, yeah, exactly. And B and D both talk about movement, actions.
Right.
The answer is A.
Bam.
Based purely on that.
Bam.
Based purely on the fact it said upper and lower price levels, and B and D were talking about moving.
Did you see that, guys? It's not actually saying about anything about moving anything. It's just establishment of levels.
No, that's it.
That is what we call don't read more into it than it is.
Yeah, we didn't even need securities content for that.
Nah, just pay attention.
Exactly. Just pay attention.
D, right to receive dividends. C, right to vote. B, right to transfer. A, right to protect against mismanagement. Or right to party.
Got to fight for that, right?
Got to fight. for that right.
So I got protect. I'm going to cross off rights, guys, because you're right. It is in every answer choice.
Yeah.
Right?
Transfer, vote.
So we have voting, we have transfer, we've got dividends. Perfect. And then we got protect against mismanagement. So guys, basically what we're going to do is we're going to look in the question and we're going to match, does something sound like protecting against mismanagement, transferring, voting, or receiving dividends?
Exactly.
Just match that.
A common stock shares liquidity is established by which of the following rights to stock ownership? A common stock shares liquidity is established by which of the following rights to stock ownership? Liquidity.
And what does that match? What word
Liquidity.
does that match?
Does it protect anything? No. Is it transferring anything? Is it voting? Are you receiving dividends? There you go.
That's it, guys. That's it. Liquidity means to sell. We know that from all those mattress liquidation sales.
And I know there's somebody that put dividend, and I know there's other people that would put dividend, and they're like, but isn't it like just to receive dividends, Brandy? Isn't that like getting paid out? Or isn't it like liquidity? If I'm going liquid, I'm getting paid out, right? I'm getting cash money. That's why I'm thinking that.
From selling, but you got to sell it. You got to sell it.
Mm.
You got to sell it. To liquidate means to sell. Think about, again, those furniture. You guys can drive around a neighborhood and you always see a furniture store going out of business. You always see a liquidation sale at a furniture store for whatever the reason. And then you still see it 5 years later, which cracks me up.
Which means that you're not getting the concept of what liquidity is and receiving dividends. A dividend, you're getting your piece of the cake, but the stock isn't sold, right?
Correct.
It's still going, it's still earning.
Mm-hmm.
It's still earning. On payout day, you just got a piece of it.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But you didn't sell it.
No.
But in liquidity, we sold it.
Yeah. And guys, it was the best match to the words. There was no protection, there was no voting, and there was no income. So transfer was the closest thing to liquidity. Think about it. When I sell a stock, that means somebody else is buying that stock. Transfer.
I transferred my pink slip and I went ahead and got paid on that car.
That's right.
They enjoyed the hoopty. I enjoyed the cash.
Right.
D, that she invest only in short-term corporate bonds. C, that she dropped the idea of investing in bonds since they are relatively low risk and low reward forms of investment. B, that she invests primarily in bonds rated BB plus or lower. A, that she invests primarily in bonds that are rated AA or higher. If I had to be a guessing man, this would be a suitability maybe.
Yep.
AA or higher or BB and lower. If it's BB or lower, I would always assume risk. That's riskier. Right? AA is lower risk. See that she dropped the idea of investing in bonds since they are a relatively low risk and low reward. Bro, dude. You can't say that. Dude, you can't say that.
Dude, you can't just say drop that idea. Dude, don't come to my office. I will not say drop that idea. Who says that?
If someone is advising you on stuff,
Right.
they cannot tell you.
I mean, they could say it doesn't match your portfolio, but you can just say drop the idea.
Right. Yeah. What you're asking me doesn't match to what you're saying here.
Especially because C goes literally against what we mentioned in B about anything with a double B or lower has risk, right?
Right.
Okay. That's a lot. Just go to the bottom. Oh, wait, no, you can't. You have to read kind of the top.
Janice has been one of your clients for 3 years. Her investment strategy is speculative, and she is willing to take high levels of risk.
Stop. Last question.
Which of the following should you suggest? High levels of risk.
Look, I did it for you.
What would you risk? What would you suggest?
I got excited.
That's right. B.
First sentence, last sentence. That's all we needed.
Look, think about it, guys. If you don't know this, BB is risk.
Well,
if you were going into a restaurant with a B+ on the door, you are at risk of not being able to get out of the bathroom that day.
plus we did say lower, right?
You know what I mean?
Eh,
It's at a high risk of salmonella.
that's right. I think I got this last one.
Hey, however you got to remember it, that's how you can remember
That's
it.
true.
D, the yield to maturity of a discount bond is lower than its coupon rate. C, as the yield to maturity decreases, the price of the bond goes down. B, the yield to maturity increases as the price of the bond goes down. A, the yield to maturity of a premium bond is higher than its current yield. Some would say that A and D are maybe possibly opposite. Maybe B and C are opposite. Someone said.
No.
I don't see how B and C are opposite. Are they? No.
Yes, actually, this is opposite.
Yeah, increases and decreases. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Check this out. I'm going to show you guys one thing. So look.
All down except for A is premium.
Exactly. Well, premium, higher. Increase, down. Decrease, down. Discount, down. Lower. So if I draw my arrows, this one, this one, this one, this one, up, down, up, up. Which one is the only one different? Which is the only one different, guys? Look at your arrows.
They're all saying B.
B is different.
It's got an up and E and a down and E.
That's your answer. Oh, wait. Here.
Oh, you're supposed to. Which of the following is true of a bond yields? Bonds yield to maturity.
Guys, that didn't take securities knowledge to know. That it's opposite.
Have faith in the arrows.
There's 2 ups, there's 2 downs, there's 2 downs. I mean, there's one answer had 2 arrows going up. 2 answers had both arrows going down, but only B had one going up and one going down. That's the answer.
Right. This is where you're getting in your content and tripping out and going, oh, wait, was that on page 54 when they talk about maturity? Oh, my goodness. Let me read that again.
I don't know the seesaw.
The 700th time and draw out the seesaw.
I don't know the seesaw.
Or do you just like look at the words and realize it's saying 2 or saying higher risk? See what we're saying here, guys? Pay attention to the words. Disarm these questions. Don't be so intimidated.
They're just words, guys. You have the power.
Words you've been using for a while.
Yes.
Don't get mixed up and get lost in it.
Yeah, don't.
All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you had a great night tonight and you learned some stuff. And I hope you got fired up.
I'm fired up.
Fired up.
Yeah.
And you want to go get that thing done. But you gotta get it done. You gotta have the work. You gotta have the drive and just go do it. I know it's late. Yeah, I know. But you didn't study all night. Or maybe you did. But you just learned some great stuff right now. Put it to use. Go do a 10-question quiz. Do a flash quiz. Just knock it out. Look at those things. Kind of get an idea and start putting this into your arsenal right away. All right, everybody. We got live sessions happening tomorrow. We've got test taking techniques Tuesday for the Studying Brew. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, everybody, stay safe out there. Don't forget to wash your hands and don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. And that's all I know. Keep that positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you guys for being on. We super appreciate you. Don't forget to practice the Kona catchphrase in your own quizzes today and tomorrow. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Have a great one.
Have a good night.